How to add a contact form to your Wix website. Hey everyone and welcome, I hope you're all doing great. In this video I will show you step by step how it works, how to add your contact form, how to change the form fields, and pretty much everything in between. So let's first get started by selecting our site. I'm just going to use this one because it's a brand new one that I didn't really do much with, and I'm going to use it and add a contact form to it. So I know it says Wix Studio on the top left, but like we saw earlier, it was the default Wix site. So we're going to be using the default Wix, not Wix Studio. Keep that in mind. Now with this, we can feel free to get started either by clicking on Edit Site, or we can actually go ahead and find it within the actual dashboard, and we will be able to actually create the forms from the main dashboard. So in the case that you actually want to do it from within the main dashboard, you can just go to Customers and Leads, and you'll find the second option to be Forms and Submissions. And also, if you go ahead and open up your site editor, you're also going to be able to find the form from there. But it is always good to start with the actual dashboard itself and then actually add it to your site. But before we do that, what I'm going to do actually is create the proper page for it, because right now we don't really have a page dedicated for a contact form. So what I'm going to do is just go to Pages and Menu from the left dashboard within the actual editor. And then from here, what I'm going to do is just click on Add Page. I'm going to create a blank page, but you can go for a template. I prefer to go for the blank one. And what I'm going to name it is Contact Form, or Contact Us, let's say. And I'm just going to click on Done. Let's just do Form for the time being and do Done right now. And we have our page ready to go. And it is going to be added to our menu because we have it listed in there. So right now that we have our contact page, what I'm going to do is just add a, I'm just going to leave it as without a strip. I'm just going to leave it as it is. And I'm just going to click on Add Elements. What I'm going to do is just add some text and click on, let's just do heading 2 should be fine. I'm going to try to place it in the middle and type in contact form. And then what I'm going to do is just highlight the entire thing with Control A and set up the different types of formatting options that they offer. So you can make it bold, italics, and so on. I'm just going to go ahead and align it to be central, and we are good to go. So it's not really going to take much for you to design it. It's fairly simple. It's going to be a fairly simple page to to actually design. Once you're happy with it, you can just simply save. My voice is gone. Okay, sorry, I had to drink some water. So anyways, once this is done, we can just save and publish. And let's not publish this, let's just save and exit out of here. Now what I'm going to do is just go back to the same place, which is Customers and Leads, and click on Forms and Submissions. Now this is going to be where we actually build the form. So we're just going to go to Forms and then click on Create Form. And you also have the option to create, old forms or add them from websites. But we just basically want to go to Forms and click on Create Form from the top right corner. From here is going to give us the options to add our form fields and begin with our form. So the first thing is going to be adding the fields itself. So we're just going to add first name. You simply drag and drop it, as you can see. And then we can feel free to add email as well. And let's just stop for a minute here and discuss what we have here. So first we have the first field, which is first name. And if you click on any field, it's actually going to show you a little bit of settings here on the right side of that field. In here, you can feel free to change the field title, so what it actually says. So you can just change it so it says name, for example, but obviously first name is a lot better. And then you can just click on that and hide field title if you don't really want it, or just simply delete it. Then we have a few options here, like make it a required field. Usually for first name and email, you would want to make them required. You also can feel free to add placeholder text. If you want to do that, you simply just turn this on, and you would want to obviously add the placeholder text, which is going to be in the actual box itself. This is going to usually be for assisting people to know exactly what they need to write. Or even you can use the description, which is going to also pretty much, provide the same use. It's a description of what this field is for. So let's just turn on the placeholder text. for example, and then we can just go ahead and select the email option. And for email, we're going to do the same thing. You can feel free to change the title, make it required, and add the placeholder text. Now, for placeholder text, you can do something like example at example.com. You could do something like that, or just keep it as it is, as in, enter your email address. For advanced, you're going to find the field key, which we're not going to be using in this video, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. And then we have first name and email, and you have plenty of more things that you can feel free to add. For example, here in contacts, you can feel free to add your last name as well, or the last name field. You can add birthdays, which I'm going to do. To know their age and so on. And then you can also feel free to add, addresses, company names, subscriptions, or the option to subscribe, multi-line address, position, and so on. And then we have the different categories here within, general, for example, you have short answer, long answer. So if you want to create your own, you can make it a number answer, so people can only answer using numbers. You can make it so that they provide a link. So if you want to have that, link to their business website, you can feel free to set this up and like this. And it's only going to accept links pretty much. It's not going to accept normal answers. Same goes for file upload, for example. I'm just going to actually provide that. So if you want people to, let's say, submit an image, we can feel free to add this. And what we can do is actually adjust this further. So it's only going to accept images. Simply click on it, and then we can feel free to give it a field title, change the button text if you want, and then we have the file information, and we can change it so it's only images, and we can also set up the limit. So how many images can people actually send? So let's say we only want 2 images. Let's say this is an ID image or something. We want the front and the back one. So let's just do 2. And this is pretty much how it works. And now people can actually upload files, and you're going to basically receive them. You also have more things like star ratings, and then when it comes to choice, you have multiple choices, checkboxes, all sorts of things. So you can just feel free to browse and see which type of form fields you actually want to add to your form, and basically add all these things in here. So next, you also have rules here, which you can actually add. Rules are going to be a little bit more complicated. It's not usually going to be used for a contact form, so I'm going to skip it, but you can feel free to add them. Basically, if they answer a specific question with yes, it's going to provide them with more form fields. If they answer with no, it's going to be separate. So you can make it for a quiz or something like that. You can, be creative with it. But usually speaking, if you want to create a contact form, it's not going to really affect that much. You have a few settings here that you can actually go ahead and set up. I'm just going to leave it as it is, and then you can always view submissions in this page. But I'm just going to go ahead and save this. And once we save this, we can just go back to forms, and then we can actually see it over here. It's called My Form. We can feel free to change the name of it just so we are more aware of it and be able to, identify it real quick. Let's just change that so it is contact form. Okay, what is that? Form. There you go. Click on save, and then we are good to go. Now, if you want to see the submissions, I know we didn't really show you how to add it yet to your site, but if you want to see the submissions of the form, you can always just go back to customers and leads, forms and submissions, and then you're going to be able to see them from here. You simply just click on the actual form, and you're going to be able to view them. But now, in order to actually add this to our site, we simply just go back to our site editor. So I'm just going to click on Home, Edit Site from the top right corner, and then wait for this to load. It's just going to take a few seconds here. Okay, so once this loads in, I'm just going to go to the page where I want to add the contact form to. You simply can go to any other space you want to add it to. And then beneath this, I'm going to actually add the form. To do so, very simply, just click on Add Elements from the top left corner. And then from here, we just want to scroll down until we find Contact and Forms. Now in here, I'm just going to click on Add Existing Form because we have just created one. And then we are just going to, oh, sorry about that. We are just going to align it to be in the center here. Like so. I think this is good enough. Click on it, double click on it if you want, and it's going to actually open up the dashboard here for you to select the form that you want to use. is very simple. Oh, we did create form. So just click on it once and click on settings. And then from settings, we are just going to select the contact form one, which is the one that we just created, and exit out of here. Now make sure the section is going to not overlap and you want it to be the same size for it, like so. And then you can actually go ahead and click on it and you can see that the form is pretty much set up exactly how you would like it to be. Now, let's say we want to edit the design for it. In this case, you simply just click on it, click on settings, and then you can find layout options. You can find design options. For example, the form background, you can actually go ahead and set it up to be, transparent if you want to, or you can just simply just change the color for it to be anything else. It's completely up to you. And obviously when it comes to text, you can also feel free to change the text designs and so on. Everything is going to be within here, and you're going to have the full capability to change the design aspect of this form. And resizing it is going to also work exactly the same way. As you can see, when I stretch it like this, the boxes and the form fields are also going to stretch with it. So I'm just going to go to settings, design, and I'm just going to click on form background. But here you can actually see the header and paragraph and stuff. So if you want to change text colors, you can just simply do so from here. And I'm just going to leave things as they are for the time being. I just want to go to design background, and I'm just going to make this with more opacity here. And now we're pretty much set. You can just simply click on save and click on preview before you publish and test it out yourself. You can actually see you have the ability to add your first name, you have the ability to add your email, and then your birthday here as well. And you are going to be able to upload a file as well, as we have discussed. So with that being said, hopefully you found this video to be informative and helpful, and thanks for watching.